just in time for that Christmas spirit, we're finally getting to that Ghost Rider character review. We did a preliminary one way back in the day when he first came out, just to get some information out, but the character started coming so fast, so hot, so heavy, that we never went back and actually did the full view of the whole Ghost Rider thing. So I figured, you know what, it's Christmas, Ghost Rider, they kind of go hand in hand, right? It's kind of like Die Hard being a Christmas movie, but not, because Die Hard is a Christmas movie. So anyway, Ghost Rider, talking about his abilities, his stats, his T4s. You know the drill. Gonna do it, gonna share it, gonna talk about it, see how good this guy's stats are. They're good.
Bring me WolverThor!
Okay, Ghost Rider's abilities. So his basic, well, let's see, his, it looks like his assist and counter also applies bleeds for 2 turns. That's pretty sweet. So anytime he does an assist or a counter, that would happen. His basic, called Hellfire. Attack primary target for 200% damage, apply bleed for 2 turns. Dope. Pretty good. Gotta like the 2-turn bleed on a basic. His special, Hell Cycle, which is 6 turns, or 6 energy, and it comes fully charged. So this is your first turn ability. Attack primary target for 260% damage, apply 2 bleeds. Attack all adjacent targets for 240% damage and also apply 2 bleeds. This attack cannot be blocked, can't miss. So that's awesome. This really ties into, given his speed, which we'll go over when we get to the stats, helps get the Supernatural team going with their speed buffs or speed increases based on debuffs. So this is really nice. His ultimate, Penance Stare, comes with 2 energy. So he's just basically your 3rd turn. You're gonna go with your ult or your special. You're gonna basic, then you're gonna use this, and that's for some reason he gets energy. Attack primary target for 430% piercing. Apply offense down and defense down. If charged, this attack gains 200% drain and lose when charged. Talk about that in the passive. On death, grant 2 ability energy to all supernatural allies. It's pretty nice, it's not bad. Been playing with them for a while. It doesn't feel as awesome as it could be, but it's still not, it's pretty solid. On non-summoned ally death, attack the enemy that killed the target for 400% damage and gain 1 charge, up to a maximum of 5. Plus generate 2 ability energy for self. So anytime anybody dies, you're gaining energy for yourself, you're getting charged, and then if you use Penance Star while charged, the attack drains the target. So in theory, you're thinking, okay, so you're gaining charges when somebody dies, so that means in theory Ghost Rider might be low on energy too, or more low on health, so he can heal himself back up. That's kind of where you see that ebb and flow going. When a negative effect is applied to an enemy, change the speed bar of self and all supernatural allies by 3%. That's the speed boost I was talking before, and there's so much negative effects with these supernatural allies, the speed bar really does move pretty well. You gain 20% max health for self and supernatural allies, and then with focus, you gain 30% for self and mystic allies. So that's pretty solid. We'll talk about the T4s a little bit right after the stats, which let's do right now. All right, for those of you who have not seen the spreadsheet, I've basically gone to msf.gg, taken all the stats, put them in columns, ranked the amount, ranked each stat per tune so that you can kind of see where they rank for each individual category, and then I average out those ranks to give them an overall ranking. So Ghost Rider. Oh, and then I have a baseline. The baseline for those stats from msf.gg is level 70, 7 yellows, 0 reds, T11, 1 Stark Tech, and passive level 4. I consider that kind of a reasonably, I don't want to call it easy, but it's not super difficult to get. So outside of the 7 yellow stars. So Ghost Rider, as you can see, he is way up at the top here. Number 3, Tres. He comes in with an average rank of 29.2 on his stats. So I'd be shocked being that high if there's something that just doesn't make sense, or I mean, he's just gonna probably have great stats across the board. So Ghost Rider stats, top 3 in the game. Health comes in at 19th. It's huge. 91,000, almost 92,000. It's great. Damage comes in at 17. Great. 7460. So any damage increases you're going to get from T4s are going to be very beneficial. Armor comes in pretty low. It's 72, 2907. That's fine. He shouldn't have high armor or super high armor. Focus is a little low for my liking. It comes in at 41, 1645. Obviously, you can get a little bit more out of his passive, but it's really important that he gets all those debuffs, put in. So any focus increase you can get from either him or some other the supernatural, you're probably going to want to consider doing it. Because the supernatural team obviously is great. We know that by now. They're a phenomenal team. Resistance rank comes in at 22, which is pretty solid. I'm thinking doesn't typically get, I guess maybe some defense up or deflects from when Scarlet Witch uses her special. But otherwise, it's kind of like, okay. I guess maybe not getting any debuffs put on him, obviously. And then the big one here is his speed. He's got the 4th highest speed in the game, similar to Captain Marvel, at 127. So he's almost always going first against another team to help with that special and get some speed bar moving, which is great, especially with Mordo as fast as he is. And then Mordo drops probably the ultimate, or even if you use a special first for stun and blinds, it's going to get some debuffs out there. So again, average rank of 29. Ghost Rider, I was really impressed with how high his stats were. I think the last time when I did this preliminary video, the stats were not as accurate because MSF.GG updated it after they figured out the formula. So this really shows how great Ghost Rider can be as far as purely stats. So let's check out his T4s. Hey, another spreadsheet. T4s, I rank them all. Every individual character in the game, every single T4. General classifications, great, good, okay, meh, crap, and total crap. And then with each one of those, I typically try to give them a number ranking. A lot of this is based on the damage percentage, based on base damage times the percentage, and I rank those and put those off to the side so that I can see how the specific damage increases do. So first one up is Ghost Rider's ultimate. It's additional 70% piercing for a total of 500%. I've got this rated as good. I don't have a damage increase for piercing because it's different. It's a different stat technically. So, but 70% in piercing is pretty solid. So I got that in the good category. Next up, right next to it is Ghost Rider's special. This is an additional 30% damage to primary for a total of 290. Applied bleeds for an additional turn, so 2 turns instead of 1. An additional 30% damage to adjacent. This is a really good one. You could almost argue this could maybe be great if you've got the gold and the T4s for it. This is probably, along with one we'll cover here shortly, be one of his essentials. The damage comes in ranked at 145. That's not that great actually, but I think the 2-turn bleed and the adjacent damage help with that ranking being where it's currently at. Next up is Ghost Rider's basic, also as ranked as good. It is an additional 50% of damage to primary target. You're using this on the 2nd turn. Ranked 66th in a damage increase, so that's pretty solid. You're going to use this a couple times per match, so if you really got a good Ghost Rider, it's okay with putting T4s into this. It will definitely help hit a lot harder. And then his passive. So his passive is considered great in my mind. It's an additional 100% damage, which the ranking on that is going to be great, to an enemy that killed non-summoned ally. So I remember when I first ranked this, I was like, well, this is very situational. It's only when they kill somebody, so But it also gives an extra energy to himself. So instead of 2, it gives 3. Additional 20% HP for self and supernatural allies for a total of 40%. That's pretty big. So you really need that HP for those guys to make sure they can survive a bit longer, and then they really start killing people. So that damage is ranked 8th in the game, so that is a phenomenal upgrade. if you've got a good Supernatural team or good Ghost Rider, definitely put T4s into that ability. It is 100% worth it. So he's got some solid T4s. So let's do a little outro for our friend Ghost Rider and see if we can wrap this Halloween/Christmas video up. Yep, so Ghost Rider comes to finish on Christmas. Visit, finish. He comes to visit us on Christmas. So thank you, Ghost Rider. It's very, very jolly of you. The last time I did one of the Ghost Rider videos, a preliminary, his stats are way better than what originally I looked at with him. He's a really solid toon, top 5 in the game. I think pretty underrated, just as much as Supernatural was underrated for a long time. Problem is you can't really farm them. By the way, Fox Next, that's a big reason you're hearing a lot of people get frustrated with the game is toons are unfarmable for too long. I get Minerva, I get Captain Marvel, toons like that, like hold those off for a while, but the fact we can't farm Colossus still, Ghost Rider, it's kind of like, at some point Elsa, it's like, okay. We just got Psylocke into a node. Again, that's nice, but you've got all the Fantastic Four and orbs only. Anyway, sorry, that's not what this video is about. But anyway, so Ghost Rider, great toon. Supernatural, great team. There's some good T4s there. You can use these guys on war offense or war defense. They're capable of beating Ultron teams. There was some talk of them beating Asgardians. I don't know. I think you got to punch down a little bit there, but or not just a little bit, a lot of it. I lost a 30k punch down with these guys, but it was a pretty unbalanced team. So anyway, invest in Ghost Rider if you got the red stars. Even if you don't, if he becomes farmable, definitely farm him. And I hope you guys are having a Merry Christmas to celebrate that. Happy holidays. And I hope you're enjoying all kinds of good fun times with the family, and appreciate you stopping by. So hammer down on that like button, click that notification bell, share with your friends, and hope this video helped you guys. So until next time, have a great day.